If the question, what would you do if you were a millionaire, always finds you at a loss for words, don't be sad. We've got you covered for when it next comes up at a party. The trick is to simply put yourself in a millionaire's shoes. They won't even notice the pair's absence. Trust us. Jokes aside, today let's take a lap in Zendaya's shoes, whose $15 million lifestyle will teach you everything you need to know for your future exploits as a millionaire. First, let's look into her houses. Northridge, LA home. In 2017, Zendaya did what most 20-somethings today consider a pipe dream. She became a homeowner at 20. No, she didn't get a trailer. In fact, her $1.4 million LA residence, which stretches for 4,155 square feet, is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom enclosure complete with a pool, a spa, and a master suite. However, Zendaya's favorite structure in the house is the spiral staircase. The said staircase, which she thinks is like the one from Cinderella, was something that she'd wanted since she was a kid. You guys might have found out about her Cinderella obsession after her Met Gala ensemble in 2019. Anywho, in a house tour for her subscription-only app back when she first purchased it, she explained how she comes from a humble background and therefore had never had a 2-story house, making the staircase her pride and joy. In the same comment as the staircase, she also explained how she didn't have a pool growing up, which kind of explains why she filled her pool with floaties as soon as she got the house. Must have been hard to restrain her inner child. Speaking of inner child, Zendaya told Allure that the Swan floaty that she got for the pool shortly after she moved in was a knockoff and not the kind that Rihanna had. Nevertheless, the Swan, which she described as ghetto off-brand, is about the only trailer park thing in the house, since pretty much everything else, like her gourmet chef kitchen and luxe master suite, for instance, is something plucked right out of an interior design magazine for millionaires. The takeaway here is that you should pander to your inner child if you find yourself rolling in the dough somewhere in the future. Or if the question of you becoming a millionaire comes up at a party, just tell them you'll get a fancy house or even 2. Yes, she's got 2 houses. Encino, LA home. Her Northridge homestead isn't the only house she owns. Every millionaire needs their Batcave after all, a place away from the prying eyes of the paparazzi. Zendaya's Batcave is her $4 million Encino residence. However, it's more of a ranch than a cave. In the style of her first house, this 2020 buy also has 1 too many bathrooms to count, 7 to be exact, and a pool as well. However, unlike her first house, it's got a separate guest house out back. I mean, who's ever heard of a millionaire sleeping on the couch to accommodate their guests? As a matter of fact, she could easily house the entirety of the Euphoria cast in the house if she wanted to. However, the guest house isn't the only thing that this ranch-style residence boasts of. In fact, it's got a beautiful outdoor pool, quite similar to an imperial bathing pool from ancient Greece, and a kitchen with granite worktops as well. Now, as far as the prying eyes are concerned, the 4-acre house stands back from its surroundings due to its long driveway and cluster of palm trees. A bat cave in the tropics, if you will. Speaking of Batman, while there was news of her and beau Tom Holland moving to a new house in London at the beginning of 2022, it's been shot down as a rumor by Holland himself. So it seems she's got 2 houses for now, which isn't a bad thing considering how each house is the equivalent of having like 10 or 12 houses packed into one. Now we have the grand getaways. When she's not chilling at her luxury homes, Zendaya likes to spend her hard-earned money on vacays. Believe it or not, but she's admitted that her favorite part of her career is the traveling that accompanies it. The actress, who most recently got to travel to Jordan for her film Dune, was seen vacationing in Santa Barbara with her boyfriend Tom Holland for the 4th of July last year. Similarly, in 2019, she was spotted with her Euphoria co-star and former boyfriend Jacob Elordi in Greece. While we have to keep an eye on every penny spent to avoid breaking the bank during a holiday, in an interview about the aforementioned holiday in Greece, Zendaya expressed that she didn't know how much she had spent on it, instructing her assistant to keep her in the dark about it. Before you accuse her of being a rich brat, hear us out. She doesn't spend on vacations as much as other stars in Hollywood. In truth, she loves staying at home, where she can control the energy with essential oils and lighting. Moreover, she's also explained that as the daughter of parents that had to save for the better part of their lives, she has a very different attitude to money and traveling as compared to her colleagues. As weird as it sounds, she speaks to her therapist about her spending habits as well. All things considered, not all millionaires are the same. Some of them don't vacation all year round or race to space just for the hell of it. Some of them, like Zendaya, like traveling because they're financially in a position where they can afford it sometimes without worrying about a lot. Next, supporting the arts. As an artist herself, Zendaya loves extending her support to other artists, no matter what their medium. Of these artists, most of which are from the Black community, Genesis Tremaine is her favorite. Tremaine's an abstract artist based in LA whose paintings usually go for thousands of dollars and are not only adored by Zendaya, but her stylist, Law Roach, as well. Speaking of style, Zendaya loves wearing jaw-dropping gowns at events as well. Her yellow Valentino haute couture gown at the Oscars in 2021 is testimony enough to her patronship of designers and her love for expensive clothes both. And we've already mentioned the breathtaking Cinderella gown before, but it deserves another appreciative nod. Besides gowns, Zendaya also likes to shake things up, get it, with a designer bag, be it her $795 Valentino or her $3,880 Prada. Her bags make just as good of a headline as her films. While we're on the subject of all these embellishments, it's also necessary to highlight her love for expensive jewelry. For those of you who remember seeing her at the Tiffany & Co. Paper Flowers event launch in 2018, you might remember her $4,000 drop earrings as well. From what we know, those jaw-dropping things were made of diamonds and tanzanite. No, that has nothing to do with Tarzan. Tarzan reminds us she doesn't normally swing from building to building in her boyfriend's arms. Let's check out her collection of luxury vehicles next. Now we have her luxury cars. Although it would be lovely to see her flying around in Tom Holland's arms everywhere she went, she has a number of cars that she travels by instead. Owning everything from a Cadillac to a Mercedes, she's only a few steps away from becoming the next Bruce Wayne. Anyway, coming back to the point, she owns two Lexus models, namely the vintage GS and the RC350, costing $51,065 and $45,150 respectively. Her Mercedes, on the other hand, is a specially souped-up E-Class that cost her around $64,950. This is the car that she loves taking for a spin the most, assuming she's been spotted driving it to several important events. The Cadillac Escalade that she owns, even though it's a staple in celebrity homes, starts at around $75,000 alone. Talk about having expensive tastes, right? Nope, wrong. Although this Gen Z queen likes her luxurious items, at the end of the day, she's like every other Gen Z person out there. Don't believe us? Hold on to your seat as we reveal the oddest thing she spends on. Next, Postmates and Target. Even though Zendaya pulling up to a Target in a Mercedes will be the funniest thing ever, we're not kidding when we say that she loves shopping at Target. Alongside Target, she also loves having things and food postmated to her. However, and considering that she's a millionaire unlike some of us, the things she gets delivered are far more expensive than what we normally get. As per one estimate, the star spent around $40,000 in Postmates spending back when she was just starting to get famous. And if you think about it, that's a few months' paycheck for many people out there. Her purchases, which ranged from toothpaste to Mexican food, were all kind of justifiable. But then this one time, she ordered an inflatable mattress from Target as well. And as much as we'd like to chastise her for it, we won't, because she's come a long way from wearing a Target outfit at her first Oscar event to having one delivered to her, for reasons which are only between God and her, making the headlines. And that, friends, is another plus side to being a millionaire. You'll have people justifying things for you. Hope this list helps you tackle the question effectively whenever it pops up next. That's a wrap for this video. What's the first thing you'd buy if you woke up as Zendaya? Whose lifestyle do you want us to break down next? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.